Indonesia, the world's largest maritime nation, 5.8 million square kilometers of water, 17,000 islands. However, beneath its marine beauty lies massive debt, costing the country up to 300 trillion rupiah annually. This is a CNN Indonesia investigation into illegal fishing. Good afternoon everyone. Breaking news in this afternoon, Indonesian patrol boats have caught two foreign vessels doing illegal fishing in the Natuna waters. Our reporter Andi Awalia is live at the location. Lia, what's happening there?
Yes, Yoriska, thank you. I'm located approximately 115 nautical miles from Natuna Island at around from 30 WIB earlier. The patrol team detected two foreign vessels suspected to be flying Vietnamese flags, conducting fishing activities in Indonesia exclusive economic zone without permission. Currently, the vessels have been secured and will be brought to Batam for further legal proceedings. The process was quite intense, Yoriska. With me now is Captain Salwa Hairunisa, Commander of Maritime Patrol Operation. Captain, could you explain the chronology?
So, around 3 o'clock in the early morning, our radar detected suspense movement. Two vessels without active transponders were moving in unusual patterns, which is typical of illegal fishing activity. They turned off their eyes, automatic identification system to avoid detection.
Captain, this is not the first time foreign vessels have been caught in this area. Why does it keep happening?
The motivation is clear: profit. Fish in Indonesian waters are abundant and high quality, and one vessel can be worth hundreds of million to billion of rupiah on international market. They know the risks of being caught, but where the potential profit is much greater. That's why we must act firmly, with no compromise.
Thank you, Lia, for your report. Viewers, to understand the scale of this problem, let's look at the data we collect. Based on data from the Ministry of Maritime Affairs and Fisheries for 2024, 300 trillion rupiah Indonesian economic loss per year due to illegal fishing. 5,400 foreign vessels enter illegally every year. 654 vessels have been sunk since 2014. 40 to 60% decline in fish population over the last 20 years. The areas with the most illegal fishing hotspot: number 1, Natuna Sea, bordering Vietnam and China. Number 2, Arafura Sea, bordering Australia. Number 3, Malacca Strait, bordering Malaysia. And number 4, Sulawesi Sea, bordering the Philippines. Shocking figures, and the biggest victims of this practice are our local fishermen. Our reporting team has spoken with one of them.
I'm Andi Awalia Zarhatunduvos, reporting from Sabang Pere Village, Natuna. Behind me are dozens of traditional fishing boats. This morning, they returned with very minimal catch. This is the reality they face every day. Pak Arif, tell us about your experiencing.
Yes, ma'am. In the 90s, I go to the sea at 3 a.m. and return to home at 7 a.m. I bring a full catch, but now I have to stay out for up 12 hours, and the catch is only a quarter of what it used to be. Sometimes not even enough to cover fuel and operation system.
Okay, have you ever encountered foreign vessel directly?
Yes, my nets have been damaged after being hit by this ship. They don't care about small fishermen like me, or and often operate not with their lights of the of so with their lights off, so they won't be detected fleeing before morning.
What is your hope for the government?
I'm asking to protection. This is our livelihood. The government must act firmly. Illegal forage officials should be sanctioned. We are not asking for free fish, only the ability fish safely in our own waters.
Arif's story is a reflection of the fate of thousands of traditional Indonesian fishermen. They are not only losing fish, but also losing their future. From Natuna, Andi Awalia, CNN Indonesia.
In this investigation, our team got to rare chance to speak directly with the captain of foreign ship that was just arrested. This is an exclusive interview that we don't often get. Reporter Andi Awalia has a special report.
Kapten, you've been caught 3 times. Why do you keep doing this?
I'm sorry, I have no choice. I work for a big company. They own they or my boat. I just follow my order. I love my job, my family, and money. In Vietnam, work very difficult to find.
Did you know you were entering Indonesian water illegally?
Of course, I know, but company owners say, just be careful. They give us a GPS to find my boat. We go out with each other, we go back, simple.
What about the risk of being caught?
High risk, but if we catch 10 hour, maybe caught 1 or 2 times. Other times we successfully. Company make big profit, even if been seeing they have insecure, they buy new boat. For them, it's just business conclusion.
What about your crew? The Indonesian government says many are trafficking victims.
Some grow, yes, they don't work. What they get into company, they are work until maybe 10 until 20 hour and small salary. I feel sorry if I someone give a little salary for my worker.
Okay, any message for Indonesian fishermen?
I'm sorry, really I know we take the fish in the ocean and we destroy little coral, but this is system problem. Big company and give it until the change. Illegal fishing will continue. Catching me is not a solving problem because so many come boat will become to illegal fishing again.
A shocking confession from an illegal fishing perpetration. This is not just about greedy individuals, but about organized syndicates that exploit poverty and system weakness. Andi Awalia, CNN Indonesia.
To understand the ecological impact of illegal fishing, we'll connect with Dr. Fawaz, a senior researcher from the LIPI Oceanography Research Center. Good afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon, Yoriska.
Doctor, from the scientific perspective, How serious is the impact of illegal fishing on Indonesian marine ecosystem?
Very serious. Our research data shows a drastic decline in major commercial fish population. For example, tuna in Indonesian waters has decreased by 58% over the last 50 years. Grouper and snapper have dropped by up to 65%. These are very concerning figures.
What makes illegal fishing so destructive compared to regular fishing?
There are several factors. First, they don't follow sustainable fishing practice. They cut all size, including juvenile fish that haven't had a chance to reproduce yet. This breaks the reproduction cycle. Second, their methods are very destructive. Bottom trawling, for example, destroys seabed habitats. Imagine it like clearing forest with a bulldozer. Beside the trees, all the ecosystem beneath is destroyed. Third, bycatch, they are not selective. Sea turtles, sharks, manta rays, even marine mammals like dolphin get caught and die needlessly.
What are the long-term consequences if illegal fishing isn't stopped?
We are talking about ecological collapse. Yuriska, when top predators like tuna and sharks are depleted, the entire marine food can collapse. This will trigger uncontrolled algae blooms, damaging coral reefs. Second, invasion of invasive species because natural predators are gone. Third, and this is most important for Indonesia, a threat to food security. 60% of Indonesian people protein come from fish.
Thank you for your explanation, Dr. Fawaz. Very important information for all of us. Viewers, from the in-depth investigation we conduct today, there are several important points we need to underline. 1. Illegal fishing costs Indonesia 300 trillion rupiah per year, money that should be used for education, healthcare, and infrastructure. 2. Local fishermen are the biggest victims, losing their livelihoods and losing their future. 3. The ecological impact is long-term and pose a threat to future generation. Because as Kartini said, after darkness comes light, it's time we shine a light to crimes in our seas. I'm Yoriska. Thank you for following our special investigation. Good afternoon.